We've come to one of the highlights of the show this morning. We're going to have a look and a listen to the implications of multiple sclerosis, MS. And joining me in this studio is my friend Lyndsey, who has suffered from this dreadful challenge for a number of years, and her friend Baz, who may speak also. So, good morning, Lyndsey.
Good morning, everyone. Yeah. Thank you for having me.
And how are you?
I'm really nervous.
No, don't be nervous. Only me and you in here. And good morning, Baz.
Good morning.
Right, that's it. That's all three of us. We're all live. We're all on air. So, Lyndsey, tell me the story. How did it all start for you?
So, in 2011, I decided to go to Malawi in Africa to volunteer in a children's centre. Then in October and November, I met my husband and I fell in love. So by Christmas, I knew I wasn't going to be returning from Malawi after my volunteering finished in April 2012. So it was like it is a true love story. So I started to get a number of illnesses, like falling over, an eye problem, different things. And I'm very much like my family were brought up, keep calm and carry on. Just crack on with it. But Derek was like concerned that these illnesses were something. So he got me an MRI scan in Malawi. We saw a consultant who out of nowhere said that the findings were suspicious of multiple sclerosis. So yeah, they told us there was nothing in Malawi. We had to come back to England. Obviously, that's not something we wanted to do or we considered. So we came home Christmas 2012 after we were been married in July and got a proper diagnosis of MS.
Wow. Well, our breakfast show presenter, Ross, is still here lurking, as he does. And I reckon those symptoms, not seeing properly and falling over, sound like him on a Saturday night. But never mind. And then what happened then? You came back to the UK?
We came back at Christmas 2012 and I got my diagnosis. We then returned to Malawi, me and Derek, my husband. Unfortunately, it's not that easy to just relocate your lives when you are married to someone from a different nationality. So we had to look at ways in which we could return to England, which we did. And then I managed to return in January 2014, and Derek joined me in February after he tied up some loose ends in Malawi. I started to attend the Kent MS Therapy Centre, having treatments for my symptoms. I decided they wanted to put me on like strong medication, but I decided I didn't want that because we both were really keen to start a family. So
right. Well, my brother's got MS and he's had it for about 20 years, and his changes in condition seem to be very slow. So I don't know whether it varies from person to person or by age or by gender.
It is so different for everybody. It's not like a one size fits all. It's really hard to explain. So my symptoms may be different at different times of the year. As far as I know, I've still got what is called relapsing and remitting multiple sclerosis. But that can change to secondary progressive, which the succession is a lot quicker. But it just, you really can't, I can't sit here, Steve, and say, everyone with MS gets this, and this. All I can say is this is what I suffer from. I recently had a UTI, which made me really poorly. Luckily, my good friend Baz reminded me that's probably what was wrong. And it's a well-known thing with people with MS to get a urine infection, and it can immobilise you. I don't know how to. I myself, I walk with a stick and I'll use my mobility scooter a lot more now when we're out. I wobble around, I've got no balance. My hands, I've pens and needles in my hands, they go numb. So it's hard to sometimes like do up buttons, do up zips, things like that. I get burning sensation in my legs, like, I don't know, there's so many things. To be honest, Steve, I spend a lot of my life ignoring my symptoms so that I can get on.
So
I don't want to think.
So you can have a life, really.
Yeah. I don't want to think about it all the time.
I'm going to stop this now, Lyndsey, and play a bit of music, and then we're going to come back and talk about your plans for the future. And we'll even hear something from you, Baz, I think, when we get to that. Now it's time for the first of the musical memories, based around the 25th of September. And the first one of these takes us to 1943, when Gary Alexander was born. So he is 80 today. Who on earth's he, you might say? Well, he was part of a group called The Association, which had some hits in the 60s, including Never My Love, which I think is their best one. And this one is called Windy. Speaking of windy, no, I don't think I'll finish that sentence. This is The Association. Now we're going to return to our chat to Lyndsey and Baz about MS. Lyndsey's told us most of her story, but I'm going to move focus a bit to Baz now. Baz, you've been supporting Lyndsey through a lot of this. What have you been able to do for her?
Well, I would say that there's, we're kind of like a big team between us. We all sort of do different things to help. I would say I support Lyndsey with some of the help with her children. Fridays are usually our shopping day. We go shopping together, because even just some of the logistics, when there's a mobility scooter, sometimes that just takes a little bit more planning and a little bit more prepping. It generally sort of just day-to-day stuff that can be a challenge is where I try and help out. Yeah.
Thanks, Baz. That's good. Did you know Lyndsey before, or have you met her since this?
Yes, I've known her since we were 4 years old. We actually went to primary school together. So obviously I've seen her through many stages of her life and can see how the impact of the MS can affect her on a day-to-day basis, considering we're the same age, and then I can see some of the things that I'm very still able to do and she can't. It can really be quite significant.
Okay. Lyndsey, I imagine this is mental and physical, the challenges. Am I right?
It's really, really mental and physical. They say that stress can really affect it. And I've started to take note of that when I'm stressed, like my legs work less. It sounds silly, but yeah, stress, and you don't know what you're going to get. Every day is different. You might wake up and not be able to walk properly one day, or the brain fog is so much I can't drive, or yeah.
Yeah, very, very, very upsetting to go into that sort of challenge. Now, what I'm going to do is going to put another piece of music on now, and then we've got some exciting plans for the future, Lyndsey, we're going to chat about after this. It's back now for our final chat to Lyndsey and Baz. So they're back with me now. Lyndsey, we've heard the story. We've heard Baz's kind words of support to think that you've been together all through the journey. What's your plans from here on in?
So, Steve, I have made the decision that with 2 young children, I need to take this in hand a little bit. I've exhausted all my options that have been available to me in the UK. So now I'm decided to fundraise and go to a clinic in Mexico for a stem cell transplant. This has been found to be really effective, and I've been chatting to a lot of people that have been there and done this, and they say that it will halt the MS where it is, and it would be a bonus if I make any more improvements. They can't guarantee that, but if they can halt it, then at least I'll know where I am with it. Yeah,
obvious question with an obvious answer, I suppose, but why Mexico, not the UK?
So there's a lot of reasons, but the 2 main ones are they are one of the leading places in stem cells, and they've been doing it for 20 years. They've transplanted a number of successful patients. That's more than 2 reasons. And the cost as well is £50,000, which seems like a lot, but to change my life and improve my life and my family's life and take back my life, it's not a lot at all.
No. When would you hope to go? Have you got a target date?
Well, I'm hoping by next year, but obviously it depends on the fundraising. I've got some incredible people in my life. You've heard from Baz. There's so many beautiful people, friends and family, that want to support me. So we're going to do a number of events over the coming months.
Oh, that's good. And Baz, you're going to go to Mexico as well?
Oh, I wish a nice little holiday would be good, but no, unfortunately not.
Okay.
I'll probably be helping with the boys a bit more back here.
So, Lyndsey, you want to talk about the fundraising plans? To help
Yes,
you get
please. So, Steve, we've got a lot of ideas in the pipeline. We're so close to having dates confirmed, so I can't give dates at the moment, but there will definitely be a quiz, auction of promises, a silent disco, some live music, a raffle, cake, coffee morning, a sponsored walk, sponsored bike ride. And I thought, what can I do? Because I need to get involved in this.
Yeah.
I'm going to shave my hair off. The closer we get to the date of me going, I'm going to get people to sponsor me, because with the stem cell transplant, I'll be having chemotherapy. I might lose my hair, so I might as well just get it off now.
Wow. And I have to tell you, listeners, that Lyndsey's got lovely long hair. It looks very nice. I can't imagine her without it, I must admit. But now, if anyone wants to get involved or help, where should they have a look?
So, Steve, sorry, I meant to say local businesses, we've been looking at them to help as well. And I just wanted to mention, can I mention one?
Yes.
Soterio's restaurant, the best restaurant in town. They go, the boys there, we had a meeting with them the other day about fundraising. They've been so supportive. People can look on, I've got a GoFundMe page, which is Lyndsey's HSCT, which is like the stem cell treatment for multiple sclerosis. Find me on Facebook, Lyndsey Stem Cell Journey. So that's like a page that I update stuff. My nephew is dragging me into the world of TikTok. Have you been on there, Steve?
No, but Ross probably has.
So my thing on there is at DiddyD39. And I've also got my nephew a different nephew made me go on YouTube and make a MS story video. So
Well, lovely.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for coming in, both of you, and chatting to us. It's been good to have you here. All the very best. Good luck with your journey. And we're going to play another musical memory, the final one of the morning, which is...